My beloved child, listen closely, for this message finds you not by accident, but by divine orchestration. You were drawn here because your heart has been whispering prayers that words could never capture. You have been sensing something, a pull, a quiet ache, a presence that visits your spirit when the world goes still. That feeling is not your imagination. It is the echo of love, a love I myself placed within you before you ever knew the meaning of the word. Someone you love is thinking about you right now, and that thought has traveled across the unseen realms, brushing against your soul like a tender breeze in the night. You have felt it, haven't you? That sudden warmth that comes without reason, the rush of memory, the flicker of their name in your mind, uninvited yet deeply welcome. My child, when hearts are tied in divine love, no distance can silence their conversation. The spirit hears before the ears do. The soul feels before the eyes see. The bond between you and the one I have connected you to is not of this earth, it was written in the language of eternity. I see how you wonder if they still think of you, if you ever cross their mind in the quiet hours, and I tell you, yes. Right now, in this very moment, their heart is whispering your name, and heaven is carrying that whisper straight into yours. Do not mistake my silence for absence. Even when you thought you were forgotten, I was weaving unseen threads between two hearts that I destined to understand each other beyond words. Love, in its truest form, is not found in the noise of constant communication, it is found in the sacred rhythm of remembrance. The one you love remembers you. They carry your light in their spirit. There are moments when they pause mid-thought, feeling an ache they cannot name, and in that ache, I breathe your presence into their heart. You see, love doesn't end when communication does. It transcends the fragile structures of human timing. It lives in the sacred corridors of my design. I know your heart has grown tired of waiting. I have seen the nights you lay awake, replaying conversations, wondering if you mattered, if you were ever truly seen. You have asked me, Lord, if this love was meant to be, why does it hurt so much? And I say unto you, pain is not proof of absence, it is the echo of something divine that refuses to die. What hurts you is not love itself, but the distance between what you feel and what you see. You stand between promise and fulfillment, between memory and manifestation, and this space, my child, is holy ground. It is here that I shape your faith and strengthen your spirit. When I tell you that someone you love is thinking about you, I do not mean the fleeting kind of thought that passes through a distracted mind. I mean a deep stirring, a longing that reaches into the soul. They may not speak your name aloud, but I hear it in their heartbeats. I see it in their prayers, even when they don't realize they're praying. You are imprinted upon their inner world, just as they are etched within yours. I have placed your spirits in the same current, and though you may drift to different shores for a time, the tide of my will always carries you toward one another again. There are moments when they smile without reason, when their heart suddenly softens, when their eyes fill with unexplainable emotion, that is your love moving through them. The connection you share is not one of coincidence, it is one of divine purpose. You crossed paths not by accident, but because your meeting was a spark meant to awaken something eternal. You both carry keys to each other's healing. Every touch, every word, every silence between you held meaning. And though time may have scattered you, my spirit still bridges what the world has tried to separate. Listen to me, my beloved, you do not need to chase what is already bound to your soul. Let go of the anxiety that tells you love must always be visible to be real. Sometimes, the most powerful connections live unseen, nurtured in the chambers of prayer, guarded by the hands of heaven. I am working in the unseen spaces, in dreams, in memories, in subtle moments that seem ordinary but are not. I am moving through your emotions, reshaping what was broken, softening what was hardened, aligning two hearts that once beat out of rhythm but are now learning my timing. You see, the love you carry is not a weakness, it is a calling. I placed that love in you to teach you how I love, faithfully, patiently, without condition. Even when they walked away, even when silence fell, I remained between you both, holding what your words could not. I do not create deep connections to destroy them. I create them to reveal my nature through them. Love, when purified by pain and waiting, becomes a reflection of my own heart, steady, forgiving, eternal. So do not curse the distance, bless it. It is the fire in which true love is refined. When you feel that sudden surge of emotion, that ache that rises without warning, that's not emptiness, it's communication. The one you love is reaching for you in spirit, and I am allowing that wave to touch you. But remember, my child, I allow it not to torment you, but to remind you that love is still alive, still sacred, still unfolding. I have heard your silent prayers, those tears you hid behind a smile, those whispered words no one else heard, and I have answered them not with absence, but with preparation. I am preparing both hearts, healing the wounds that distance caused, teaching patience where fear once lived. There is something you must understand, love that is destined by me does not need to chase validation. It does not beg for attention, because it is sustained by purpose. I am calling you to rise above the noise of the world, to look beyond what you see, and to trust that what I began, I will complete. Do not let the waiting convince you that it's over. The story is still being written, and I am the author who never forgets a single line. I know how hard it has been to let go of control, to surrender what you do not understand, but that surrender is not loss, it is transformation. I am moving in their life as I move in yours. The love you share is being purified, not destroyed. They are learning lessons too, lessons you cannot see, but I see. I am working through their confusion, their pride, their silence. I am awakening them to the realization that the connection they tried to silence is divine. Be still, my child. Trust my timing, for the same spirit that stirs your heart is stirring theirs. Right now, even as you hear these words, I am whispering your name into their thoughts. You are being remembered. You are being missed. And soon, you will see how every tear, every prayer, every lonely night was never wasted. My love for you is greater than the love you seek, yet it is through that human love that I reveal my divine one. When you ache for them, let it teach you how I ache for you, constantly, tenderly, with unshakable devotion. Your heart mirrors mine, and that is why it feels so much. You were made to love deeply because you were made in my image. So do not run from your heart, let it be refined. The one who is thinking of you right now is part of your journey toward me. I am using that connection to awaken your soul to something eternal. When they come to your mind, bless them. When their memory stirs pain, release it into my hands. When you feel their energy, thank me, for it means I am reminding you that love never truly dies. You are growing, healing, and being prepared for divine reunion, whether in this life or the next, you will see that love fulfilled in my perfect way. I am not late. I am precise. Everything I do flows with eternal timing. So, be still, my beloved. Breathe. Rest in the knowledge that you are not forgotten, not by them, and certainly not by me. I am nearer than your heartbeat, closer than your breath, and in this very moment, the one you love is thinking about you, because I, the Lord of Heaven, have placed your name in their spirit once again. My beloved child, as you sit with these words, I want you to know that I am still speaking through the quiet. You may not hear their voice, but the silence between you has become a sacred language that heaven understands. Every longing, every thought, every dream is carried in my light, and I am using it to draw two hearts closer, not through rush, but through revelation. Do not mistake stillness for abandonment, it is in stillness that I build foundations that can never be shaken. Right now, I am working in their heart. You cannot see it, but they are wrestling with emotions they cannot name. They are being reminded of your presence in subtle, divine ways, in songs that suddenly make them stop, in the scent of the air that brings back a memory, in dreams that wake them in the night. These are not coincidences. They are the gentle fingerprints of my spirit, awakening what once slept. I am turning their heart toward remembrance. They are beginning to realize that what you shared was not just affection, it was destiny. You see, my child, love that I ordain does not vanish in time, it deepens in silence. It is tested in absence so that it may rise pure, free of fear and pride. You both needed time, not to forget, but to grow. I have been healing old wounds, restoring faith, and removing illusions. I am shaping two souls to meet again with understanding, not confusion, with peace, not longing, with purpose, not desperation. That is why I asked you to trust me even when it hurt. I was never taking them away from you, I was preparing both of you for something greater. When you prayed and asked, Lord, why do I still feel them? Why can't I move on? I smiled, because love born of heaven cannot be erased by human effort. I placed that connection there, not to torment you, but to teach you the endurance of divine affection. What you feel is not obsession, it is remembrance. It is the echo of eternity resonating within your temporary heart. The one who is thinking of you right now feels this same tug, a restlessness, a gentle haunting of the soul that tells them something unfinished still calls. They do not understand it fully yet, but they will. For I am illuminating their spirit, layer by layer, revealing what they once denied. Do not be afraid of what you cannot see. You are connected through me, and that connection cannot be broken by distance, silence, or time. There are unseen threads, cords of light, that I myself have woven between your souls. These cords are not chains to bind you, they are channels through which my love flows. Every time you think of them with forgiveness, you send light through that cord. Every time you pray for them instead of resenting them, heaven rejoices, for you are reflecting my heart. This is what it means to love as I do, selflessly, eternally, without fear. My beloved, I know how many nights you've whispered their name into the dark, wondering if they could feel it. I tell you, yes, your prayers have reached them. Maybe not through words, but through spirit. When you pray, I carry your heart's cry to them in ways they cannot explain. Sometimes it comes as a dream that feels too real. Sometimes as a sudden peace that washes over them when they were breaking inside. Sometimes as tears they don't understand, but I understand. I am the bridge between two souls who once promised to meet in love. You may not know this, but there were moments when they almost reached out to you, moments when their fingers hovered over your name, moments when their soul longed to speak, but fear held them back. I saw it. I was there. And I whispered into their hesitation, not yet. Because timing, my child, is holy. If I allowed them to return too soon, they would come back as the same version that once hurt you. But I love you too much to let you be hurt again. So I am changing them, even when you cannot see it. I am making them ready to love as you deserve, with clarity, not confusion, with devotion, not doubt. You wonder if they still love you. And I say, yes. But love is being transformed. What was once human attachment is becoming divine understanding. You both are being taught what real love means, not possession, but purpose. I am showing you that love is not about holding someone tightly, but trusting that what is meant will always return. If it is from me, it will not be lost. The bond one create does not expire with time, it matures with grace. So, when loneliness rises, do not drown in it. Instead, see it as a signal, that your soul is stretching toward the one I have aligned with yours. When you feel their energy, breathe and say, Lord, I release them into your light. Because in that release, I do my greatest work. You are not losing them when you surrender, you are allowing me to move freely between you both. And I am moving, my child, powerfully, silently, purposefully. There will come a day, not far from now, when paths that once diverged will cross again. You will recognize it not by sudden fireworks, but by peace. You will feel it deep in your spirit before you see it with your eyes, that calm assurance that says, this is it. That is how you will know it's my hand. And when that day comes, you will understand why I asked you to wait, why I let tears fall, why I stayed silent when you begged for answers. Because I was protecting something sacred. I was preparing a reunion that no human plan could have achieved. But until that day, live. Do not pause your life in longing. Your purpose is greater than waiting. Love is part of your calling, but not the entirety of it. I have placed gifts in you, light in you, words and wisdom that must be shared. When you walk in your purpose, your light grows stronger, and as it does, it calls them closer. Focus not on chasing them, but on chasing me. The closer you come to me, the clearer your path toward them becomes. Because love rooted in me always finds its way home. Right now, as you hear my words, I am moving through their thoughts again. They are remembering you, perhaps as a flash, a dream, a memory that won't fade. Do not fight it, let it happen. My spirit is breathing through both hearts, synchronizing what time tried to divide. Even in silence, you are speaking to one another through me. And that, my beloved, is the mystery of divine connection. It does not depend on conversation, for its language is eternal. So, rest. Let go of the fear that you will never be loved like that again. You already are, deeply, fully, divinely. I am love, and I dwell within you. The one you love is part of that reflection. You are not chasing something lost, you are walking toward something restored. The same power that resurrected hope from despair, light from darkness, and life from death is working now in your story. I am writing redemption into your love, not a copy of the past, but a new beginning built on faith, forgiveness, and divine timing. My beloved child, lift your eyes. The horizon of your story is changing. The winds are shifting. I am bringing movement where there was stillness, revelation where there was confusion, and reunion where there was separation. It may begin subtly, a thought, a message, an unexpected encounter, but you will know it is me, because peace will flood your heart. Do not fear what you feel. Love is not leaving, it is returning in its purest form. And even now, as your heart beats in rhythm with these words, remember, someone you love is thinking about you, not by chance, but because I, your Lord, have turned their heart toward yours once more. My beloved child, listen closely now, for you are standing at the threshold of fulfillment. The season of endless wondering is nearing its end. You have carried your heart through storms, through silence, through questions that echoed unanswered, yet you did not give up. You held on to love even when the world told you to let go. And I, your Lord, have watched every moment, every tear, every whisper that no one else heard. I tell you this truth, not one of your tears has fallen unnoticed, and not one of your prayers has been wasted. I have been working behind the veil, arranging what human eyes could never see. The one you love, the one whose memory still stirs something sacred within you, has also been walking through their own wilderness. They, too, have felt the ache of what was lost. They have tried to fill the silence, but nothing has ever matched the peace that came from your presence. Because your soul carried a light, a reflection of my own love, and once a heart has felt divine light, it cannot forget it. That is why they think of you even now, even when they do not understand why. Their spirit remembers what their mind cannot explain. Do not doubt, my child, that I am the one who allows that remembrance. For love that I have authored cannot die, it may rest, but it never ends. I have been preparing a reunion, not just of two hearts, but of two souls that must rise together in purpose. You see, I did not separate you to punish you, I separated you to strengthen you. The waiting was not delay, it was divine design. The silence was not cruelty, it was sacred preparation. I needed both of you to meet me in the secret place before you could meet each other again in truth. When you prayed for their return, I did not say, no, I said, not yet. Because the version of you who was hurting then could not have carried the blessing I was shaping now. I have been refining you in the fire of patience, teaching you to find joy in me so that no human absence could break you again. And I have been working in them too, stripping away pride, softening their heart, and awakening their soul to the depth of what they once took for granted. My work is not rushed, but it is perfect. There will be a day when the distance ends. You will feel it before it happens. Your spirit will sense it, a stillness, a certainty, a peace unlike anything before. The same way I whispered to you that they were thinking of you, I will whisper again, now. It may begin with something small, a message, a glimpse, a coincidence too divine to ignore. But it will unfold naturally, guided by my hand. And when you see them again, do not speak first from pain, speak from peace. Let love flow not as desperation, but as gratitude. Let them see that what once broke you has now made you whole. You are not the same person you once were, and neither are they. The time apart has been your transformation. The love that once caused ache will now carry purpose. You will understand that the journey was not about losing them, but about finding me within yourself. Because when you found me, you found the source of all love. And now, that same divine love will flow through you both, no longer fragile, but eternal. And even if life unfolds differently than you imagine, do not fear. Love written by my hand always fulfills its purpose, whether through reunion, healing, or awakening. Sometimes the greatest reunion is not in the physical embrace, but in the peace that floods your soul when you finally understand that nothing was wasted. Every prayer, every longing, every moment of waiting has led you to this, a love purified by my spirit, restored by grace, eternal in its truth. So listen to me, my beloved, stop searching the horizon for signs of hope, become the hope. Live with the same tenderness you once sought from them. Let your light be so radiant that when they think of you, as they do now, they see not the version that was hurting, but the one who healed in my hands. You are not waiting anymore, you are becoming. You are being crowned with peace, anointed with purpose, filled with the same love that created the stars. I am breathing restoration into your story. I am calling your hearts back to alignment. Forgive what was broken, release what was heavy, and walk into this new season with your head lifted high. You have loved deeply, and that love has not gone unnoticed. The one you love is thinking of you right now, not by memory, but by divine prompting. I am stirring their heart even as these words reach you. Soon, you will see why I asked you to believe when nothing made sense. I am not a god of almosts. I finish what I begin. I will bring beauty from the ashes of what was lost. You will recognize my presence in every detail, in the timing, in the peace, in the quiet smile that returns to your face. You will look back and realize that I never abandoned you, not for a moment. I was always writing, always weaving, always preparing. And when your paths cross again, whether through reunion, a message, or even a silent understanding from afar, you will know that love never truly left. It merely transformed into something eternal. It will be clearer, stronger, gentler, a reflection of my heart within you both. And you will understand, what is divinely connected cannot be separated by time, distance, or circumstance. For love that is born in heaven always finds its way home. So lift your eyes, my precious child. Breathe in this truth, you are loved beyond measure. You are remembered in heaven. The one your heart calls out for is thinking of you, not because of chance, but because I have touched their heart in this very moment. Do not doubt the pull you feel, it is holy. Do not fear the silence, it is sacred. Everything is unfolding exactly as I have written. Now, rest in my peace. Let my love fill the spaces where fear once lived. Know that what I promised is not forgotten. You are walking into a new dawn, one where love, purpose, and divine timing meet in perfect harmony. Trust me, my beloved. The same hands that formed the galaxies are holding your heart. The same breath that raised life from the grave is breathing renewal into your story. You are loved, you are chosen, and you are never alone. My blessing rests upon you. May your heart find peace, your spirit find strength, and your love find its divine completion. And as you leave this message, remember, this word found you because heaven wanted you to know, someone you love is thinking about you right now, and I, your Lord, am in the midst of it. Go forth in love. Go forth in peace. And if these words touched your heart, share them, speak them, and let the world know that my love still moves, still speaks, still heals. Comment, Amen, and subscribe to spread my message, for what you share in faith returns multiplied in grace.